Hi, good morning, and welcome to the Alley Ups and Alley Oops podcast. And I'm your host, Allie. Now, this is actually a side segment to the It's Your Life and Your Choice Too podcast that hasn't yet started because I'm currently in the findings of a new co host. Yes, this is episode 1. Yes, I'm in my work uniform, in my car, outside of a gas station, recording this because you want to know something? What's more than a better time to do it than now? To go ahead and start. I've been working on a podcast, just the original in general, for I'd say a year and a half now, give or take a couple of months. And I've been doing all the research, I've been doing all the work. And then it's just been procrastination. I've been making excuses. I've been saying, well, if I had just had this time, Well, right now, I have time to make this video, however long it may be. This is a little bit introduction into my life, what we're going to be getting into in the podcast. I actually have an email that you can email for the main podcast, and it's your life, period, your choice too, at gmail.com. That if you want to send in an email about whatever you're going through in your life and you're wanting to look for a better perspective, a broader perspective, things like that, and better insight into what's going on and better choices you can make, then that's what that podcast is going to be for. I'm in the middle of looking for a co-host, and I'm excited to read your guys' emails with whoever my co-host may be, and I'm trusting in God and the process with the universe and all, that all of that's going to fall into place. For now, I have somewhere where I can start, and that's the side segment which you're listening to or watching now, whether you're on YouTube, Spotify, whatever platform you're using to listen to this. Thank you. No matter how many people hear this, no matter how many people watch this, even if I just reach at least one person, I'm doing what I'm wanting to do, which is being an inspiration to someone, saying that no matter what you're going through in life, you're gonna get through it. No matter how hard it is, you're going to get through it, how uncomfortable it may be. And that's what I'm wanting to be, is an inspiration to someone. I'm going to show you the ups and downs that I go through in life. That's why it's alley ups and alley oops. Because we make oopses, we make mistakes. We're all human. It happens. With that being said, I'm going to take you through those journeys of how I make it through the tough times. And a lot of people have said, my life is chaos. That's okay. It's all a learning experience. For the last about a year and 7 months, I have been on a total new journey. Now, for the last 3 to 4 years, going on 4 years, I've already been making the changes that I've needed to become a better person, to do better than I was before. And it all started with a journey of me falling away from Christianity and finding my own way back. And that means I did some things that I'm not necessarily proud of, but I'm not going to change it because all versions of me are still me. They're still part of my past, which makes it part of me. And that's okay. So just to give you a little insight of who I am and why I'm doing this is because a lot of people have said that I have a lot of knowledge and motivation in me. I just sometimes don't tend to apply it to my own life, or I do, but I'm not seeing the bigger picture myself. So that's why this podcast took forever to actually launch, because there were still more things I needed to learn. There's things that I didn't know that I needed to experience in order to get where I am today. And I am so proud of myself on how far I've come. No matter how uncomfortable it has been, it has. But nonetheless, I am so grateful to be where I am. Granted, yeah, it's not where I saw myself being in almost, I'd say 8 years, about to be 8 years since I graduated high school. It's not where I thought I would be. But it's a start to where I plan on being in the next 8 years to come. So, I am a single mother of 3 boys, to be exact. And I got divorced 7 months ago, but we've been separated for a year and 7 months. that was a rule of emotions, of pain, of, not knowing what I was going to do with my life, because I became a single mother of 3, a newborn baby at the time, and 2 toddlers. And now I'm on my feet fully, and I'm thriving. My kids are thriving. And I'm so happy. I love my job. I love my new place. I'm loving life. And there's still more to come, and I'm excited to see where it goes. I will talk more in depth about what happened and everything in a later podcast and whatnot. Like, there's a lot to unpack there. That is a very tiny version of what I've all been through. With that being said, I will say this. Even when you're at rock bottom, the saying is there's nowhere to go but up, is absolutely true. And when we're in those places, it can be hard to see where we can go, what we can do, and the possibilities that are in front of us. However, all we can see is, well, how am I going to get my life together now? How am I going to do this? Or whatever is racing through your mind. You have something popping up in your mind right now. I know you do. You wanting to do something and you can't quite do it. You're coming up with excuses, or just what we may see, they're not excuses, they're reasons. Either way, they're still what's stopping us from doing what we want to do in life. And I kept making those same excuses as to why I couldn't start my podcast. Who cares that I'm sitting in my car right now? I'm starting. That's the thing here, is you got to start. You gotta do something. You want this to manifest into your reality? Make it your reality. It starts with your thoughts and your mindset. If you keep coming up with ideas in your head why you can't do this thing, then you're never going to do it. Because those excuses, those reasonings, whatever it may be, is going to keep coming at the forefront. You're going to start speaking that. Whatever's in your mind starts becoming what you speak, starts becoming your habits, and your habits then become your reality. So you keep putting something off for tomorrow, for a week, for whenever. That's what it's going to be. It may never happen, but it takes you willing to start. So here I am, willing to start something, no matter what my circumstances are. I have a podcast set up back at home, but I already know when I get home, I got to be in mom mode. I have to take care of these 3 kids and put them to bed. And by the time that I put them to bed, I may not have the energy or want to sit down and also make a podcast episode and try to be quiet enough that I don't wake them up. So why not do it in my car? I have time before I have to go on to my next house and clean, that I can sit down and make a couple minute podcast episode. Being it my first one, so be it. But I'm doing it. That's the thing. Instead of just giving myself these reasons why I shouldn't start it just yet, instead I'm creating a solution to my problem. And eventually, when I am more established and time managed, then you'll actually get to see my whole setup that I have for my podcast. I have everything in place. I kept making an excuse that, well, I don't have a laptop that's strong enough and compatible enough for the capacity of making these episodes and everything like that. I have a cellular device that is strong enough to hold a lot of memory and be able to have the features of editing and stuff like that I would use on a computer. Granted, yeah, I can't transfer files with my phone to my editor, but I can at least try to edit on my own and do something about it. Instead of just using that reason because, well, I can't send it to my editor, then I'm not going to do it. I'm still going to continue to put it off until I get a laptop that's compatible for it. Then am I ever going to start it? I've already come up with so many reasons why I shouldn't do this. What if people don't like me? Well, not everyone's your cup of tea. And you're just going to have to roll with that. That not everyone's going to like you. It's like the saying goes, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. You can't force people to like you. That was the hardest thing I've had to learn. And boy, once I started realizing that, you gravitate towards the people that will like you. There's still going to be people in my comment section. Someone's going to try to say something. And inevitably, all I have to see it as, that's where you are in life, and that's okay. And I accept you for where you are in life, but this is where I'm at. I'm still trying to help people, and I have to look past those negative things that are going to try and stop me from continuing on doing this. Like a lot of people have said, like, most podcasters don't get past like the first 5 to 10 episodes. So I have a goal set that, what can I do in the next 6 months? What does my next 6 months look like starting this? Again, even if it means I'm starting it in my car on my phone. But the thing is, I'm starting. So what does your next 6 months look like? What do you see yourself doing? What can you do today? Whether it's your thought process, whether it's changing what you wear, it's changing your look up, something. Make a list if you have to. Write it out. A lot of good things that you want to manifest and bring into reality, which you have to put your time and effort into in order for it to come to fruition. You can't just make a wish, blow out a candle, and just boop, it's going to be here. Not everything works that way, like the law of attraction. A lot of times you have to put your work in it. What am I getting out of this? You're getting out of your perseverance. Your time is being used for this. And if you have an end goal of you want like money, a big house, things, like, see that in 10 years, but don't look at just the bigger picture. What do you need to do now, in the next month, in the next 6 months? It is currently June 30th. Tomorrow is July 1st. Exactly 6 months until the end of the year. What are you willing to do today? Not tomorrow. Today, when you're hearing this, what is one step at least that you can take that puts you just a little bit closer to your goal? Remember, sometimes you have to zoom out of the bigger picture because you're just seeing like, oh, it looks like a flat line of my growth, but instead it's actually going like this, but you're just focused on this little area. So zoom out and look at how far you've come already. Look at the things you've already overcome that you're no longer having to deal with, that you've dealt with in the past. Yes, maybe you're facing new troubles now. So am I. We'll talk about all of those. But you're still going. You're still pushing. You're still moving forward. And for that, I am so proud of you. I'm excited to see where you go along with this journey with me. Now think of this. If you had a little speaker like on your ear that was stuck there, that's constantly telling you, come on, let's go, keep going. What else can we do? Oh, don't think that way. Don't do this. Then what is the necessary things that you would do in your day-to-day that if that little speaker was there telling you, don't do that, don't think that way, what changes are you willing to make? I would start with, honestly, loving yourself a little bit more. Everyone's like, oh, that's so hard to do. And you're already thinking of, but I don't like this about me. I don't like this. You are who you are, and you were made just the way that you are meant to be made. And people are going to love you for being you. Okay? You are beautifully woven, amazingly made, just the way you are. No matter what flaws you are coming up with about yourself, you are going to move past them, and everything about you is exactly what it's meant to be. You're unique in your own way. And I love that about everyone. No person is exactly the same. Even twins aren't even fully alike. Think about that. No one person is the same. So you should take that and be like, you know what? Yeah, I am me. This is my skin and I'm wearing it. What can you do today to start loving yourself a little bit more? Start with your thoughts, the things that you think about. When you look in the mirror, instead of being disgusted with yourself, look in your eyes and say, you are wonderfully made. You are perfect just the way you are. Yes, there's a few things that we would change about ourselves, but you know what? Right now in this moment, I love you just the way you are. And I wouldn't change you to be more like this person. Rather, I want you to be you. I want you to shine and become your own light in that dark tunnel. Don't be looking for a light. Be the light for yourself. I love you guys, and I am so proud of everything that you've done thus far. You may not be where you want to be, but maybe in 6 months from now, a year from now, you'll be a heck of a lot closer. It's just a matter of the will and the willingness to want to make those changes. Like I said, I started with nothing. My ex-husband left me with 3 boys to take care of by myself. I was a stay-at-home mom. I had no money to my name. But you know what? Through that heartbreak and that pain that I felt destroyed, and I felt destroyed by him that he did, I picked myself back up, dusted myself off, healed from that, and started moving forward, and then started making the changes I needed to make. That I moved to an entirely different city away from my family. My mom, my brother, who has helped me with my kiddos, to do this completely on my own. And here I am. I'm 4 months in, almost 5, into my new place. And honestly, I've even questioned how I'm going to make it, how I'm going to pay rent for my own place, and how I'm going to get through this, paying all these bills, taking care of these little boys, and also having to work on the side, and wanting to start a podcast. I felt like I was juggling so much that this was never going to happen. But I persevered and I pushed through it, and here I am today, looking back so far on the first 4 to 5 months of me being in this new place and seeing all the growth and progress. And now I understand that this uncomfortable place that I'm in, I'm meant to be in, because it's molding me and it's shaping me into the wonderful woman that I'm becoming. And I'm excited to see where I'm going to go. And instead of looking at the negative thing that, well, I don't have a savings set up yet, and I'm still living paycheck to paycheck, and I'm still trying to figure things out. Like, what happens if my kids get sick? What if? You know, all these things that can be odds that I stack against my own self could be everything that stops me from going forward. But instead, I'm looking at a more positive route and seeing that, you know what? It's actually shaping me. It's molding me. I'm becoming stronger than I ever thought I would. That these turmoils, these tribulations that I've had to go through is making this person that I never thought I could be, that I never thought I would be able to overcome these things, these situations that I thought were going to crush me. Do you know how many times I've wanted to throw in the towel and just give up and just go back to my mom and say, Mom, I can't do this anymore? But instead, I kept persevering. God kept saying, keep going, you've got this. With him by my side, anything is possible. And I've leaned on him so much as of recently, and he's shown me how he can show up in my life and how I can show up for myself. Not only just for my boys, but for me too. So here's to a new beginning, a new start into something beautiful, something wonderful that I'm excited to see where it goes. And I'm excited for you to be along my journey. Yeah, maybe I don't have everything figured out yet with this podcast. Maybe I don't know everything that I'm going to do yet. I don't have sound bites picked out for intros. I don't have a proper logo set up just yet. But you know what? All that can come in due time. All that's going to fall into place. I'm trusting the process. It's uncomfortable and it's scary. No one said it's going to be easy. But I'm pushing forward because I want to see where this goes. I'm excited to see where it goes, even though it's uncharted waters. It's deeper waters that I'm treading. And yes, I'm floating in deep waters, but I'm not drowning. You can do anything you set your mind to. I'm excited to see you guys blossom with me. Thank you for my first episode. Thank you for being here and listening in. And I hope to hear from you guys if you guys decide to send in an email. And I am excited to see the other podcasts get set up too, because I will be reading your emails anonymously. I will not post any names. Again, that email is itsyourlife.yourchoice2@gmail. And it's 2 as in the number 2, not TWO. Okay? Send in the emails about what you're going through in life. Make it lengthy. Add details. Please do not trauma dump, because those emails are going to get read through and revised. Not everyone's going to make it onto the podcast. Please be careful with the words that you used so demonetization doesn't happen on my end. Some words are going to get blipped out and things like that for other viewer safety and trigger warnings. But I do want to hear your guys' stories. I want to hear the negative, the positive, and any questions you may have. And I will tell you this now, if you are the problem, I'm going to let you know that you're the problem here. Maybe you need to reevaluate your life. However, I do want to give you broader perspectives. I want to give you a more bigger picture to look at, because there's things that could be in play that we don't exactly see, that we don't know, because we can't read other people's minds. We can't see into the future. Things like that. And I'm here to help. I want to help. I want to be an inspiration to others, even if it's just 1 or 2 people. That's still something. And that's a goal worth achieving. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day, and I look forward to hearing from you.